Chosen ones. And nothing was ever the same again. See, you gotta understand, chosen ones, nothing about your life is ever gonna be the same again, man. You have let go of a lot of people that you needed to let go because they didn't mean you no good, that was holding you back from where you truly need to be. You let a lot of relationships go that had nothing for you, that wasn't that wasn't meant for you at that as well. You let go of a lot of people. You stop going to places and stop being around a lot of different energy that no longer served you. And you stopped going where you were tolerated and started going to where you were celebrated at. And even if that meant the only place you were celebrated at was home alone with yourself, you loved that, you respected that, and you kept that sacred to you. And I'm here to say I'm proud of you, man. I'm proud of you, sis. I'm proud of you, bro. And that nothing in your life will ever be the same. See, the reason why I say this is because you start stepping into your season of walking into your purpose, of creating, of staying disciplined, staying consistent, of creating a life that you want to live, creating a reality in which you want to live in, because you know that you are the author to your story, you are the author to your journey, and you know that you are writing your new timeline every time you get up and do what it is that you need to do to create a better future for yourself. And I'm just here to say I'm proud of you, and nothing was ever the same because you have put in so much work, you have put in so much grind and so much effort through everything that's been coming at you, through everything you have ever been through, and you are now going to start reaping the rewards of your hard work and your dedication. See, you stayed down. You never hated on nobody. You never tried to finesse nobody. You never tried to get over on nobody. And you showed everybody love. And you asked everybody around you, hey, how do I get this, or how do I get that, or how do I do that? You were never afraid to ask questions. You were never afraid to learn. And that's what made you special. And it's because you weren't afraid to learn from people. You were never afraid to do your own research. You were never afraid to become that version of yourself that created the timeline you wanted to live in, created the abundant life that you wanted to live. You kept going and you didn't let nothing stop you. Even when challenges came, you conquered them and you successfully passed all the tests in your life. And you stay silent, you stay still. Even when you were suffering in silence, man, you never gave up. You always kept going. And even the times where you endured all this type of trauma, all this type of pain, and you never let it turn your heart bitter. And that's another reason why you gonna always win and why you gonna always succeed, is because when life threw rocks at you, when life beat you down, when you were getting attacked from the people around you who you thought you loved and who you thought loved you, but they never did, and they always showed you that they never did. Guess what? Your life is never gonna be the same, fam. Cause you took the pain, the hurt, the trauma, and that energy that they gave you to try to destroy you, and you turned around and you used it for your good, and you kept on elevating. And that's why I'm proud of you, man. And that's why your life ain't gonna ever be the same. And you also switched your mindset, man. You switched your mindset to I can't, or oh, all these things are gonna occur to, man, forget all of that. I'm about to go after what I want and I'm not gonna stop until I get it. And by you changing your mindset and by you changing the way you think, just by you changing the way you think alone changes your reality, changes the outcome of where your life is going to be, because so as a man think of, that shall he be, that shall he and will become. That's what you will become. Whatever you think about is what you will become. And by you changing your mindset and by you changing the way you think about your situation, or think about your life, and think about your dreams, goals, and ambitions, it's all going to work out for you and your good at the end of the day, because you changed the way you thought. And then also you put action behind you really wanted to create the timeline you wanted to live in. You didn't just do the bare minimum. You went full throttle. You went full speed into doing whatever it is that you needed to do to create a new timeline and an abundant life for yourself. And that's why things will never be the same, fam. And that's why your life is going to change, because you put action behind what it is that you wanted. You just didn't just say it, or you didn't just put on this image or this facade. No, you really stayed down and you really put in the work. And now you're going to be able to live a fruitful and abundant life. And it's because you didn't let the doubts or the fears of others stop you from going after what you wanted. You didn't let people telling you, "Oh, that's never gonna work," or "Oh, this. What if this happened? What if that don't happen?" Well, you need this or you need that. Man, you said forget all of that. I'm gonna do with what I have right now, and I'm gonna constantly get better, and I'm gonna constantly evolve as time goes on. And you did, and you never let nothing stop you, fam. You stayed tenacious at whatever it is that you was trying to accomplish, and that's why your life will never be the same, fam. You removed yourself from people and environments that no longer supported your vision. They didn't support your vision, so you got on. You got around people who was doing a lot better than you, and you learned from them. You studied their habits. You studied their mindset. You studied the way that they took action as far as whatever it is that they were going after. See, you embodied that successful mindset. You embodied the actions that needed to be taken. You understand that it's grind season. You have to continue to grind if you want whatever it is that you want. And you understood that there was nobody that was going to do the work for you. So you got up, you did the work, you put the work in. You kept on showing up even when showing up felt hard. You never quit. At the end of the day, yeah, it was some days where you took off. It was some weeks where you took off. It was some months where you took off. But guess what? At the end of the day, you never let nobody see you quit, and you never quit or gave up on yourself. And you understood that this journey wasn't gonna be easy, so you kept going. And you said, "I'd be damned if I quit. I'd be damned if I give up when I'm this close." And you understood that you were this close to getting to where it is that you wanted to go. And that it was easier to start, but now it takes more discipline, it takes more inner strength to keep going even when you don't see the results you want to see. And you have to understand that every single time you follow your dreams, and every single time that you put the work in to be where it is that you want to be, whatever you doing to elevate your situation and elevate your mind, to elevate your quality of action taking, it's building a brick, it's building a layer. So every time you work and every time you grind it, you keep on building these layers up, and you building up and building up, building up. And eventually it's gonna get to a point where it's gonna be an overflow of abundance. It's gonna be an overflow of fruit. It's gonna be an overflow of fruit because you kept on harvesting, you kept on growing, you kept on building, and you kept on putting that work in, fam. So I'm here to tell you, man, that things are gonna never be the same for you, fam. And it's because out of out of everybody in your bloodline, you chose to take the long route. You chose to take the route that was least desirable, least preferable. And you healed from everything you needed to heal from, and you're consistently healing and consistently being transparent and taking accountability for your life and for your actions. And you also continuously working hard for what it is that you want and putting in the work. And also you are creative on an abundant level. And that's why your life ain't gonna ever be the same. See, you ain't take the easy route. You didn't become a narcissist. You didn't not take accountability for your life. You didn't allow certain people to be around you that you know was no good for you. You broke the generational curses, fam. You are creating a more pure bloodline for yourself. And this is why you always gonna be abundant, and your life will never be the same, because you were the one who put in the work.